company.
So they let you play.
So they let me play, but they did kick me out. So they invited me for grand opening night, 4 nights in a row. Everything was good, right? Had me eating at the steakhouses.
Well, why invite you if they know you're that guy?
Well, I think what's happening is they're using me for free marketing.
Got it.
Because they
Makes
know.
sense.
Yeah, because every time any celebrity in the world wants to gamble, they call me and like, where should we go?
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I got 2 options. You know what I mean?
So, well, how does that work? Like, how did you get linked up with who's the first celebrity who hit you up?
I think Drake was the first one that discovered me.
Drake. This is such a Drake thing to be the guy who discovers you. That's hilarious because he's so tapped in with.
Yeah.
So what? Drake? What does he DM you? Mm-hmm. And he's like, bro, has someone hit you up?
Okay. So I'm at my buddy's pool, right? It's like midday on like a random day in the summer.
Wait, what city are you in?
LA.
Okay.
I'm in LA. This is like years ago. Like, you know, I'm new to social media. So I started, I think, 4 years ago. So I had like 10K followers when this happened.
Were you gambling prior to that, obviously?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm in the pool and like, you know, we're all partying. It's like chicks, whatever, just hanging out. And I just like hear my phone like nonstop. Mind you, I'm so new to social media that my phone's not popping like that. There's no reason for my phone to be off the hook, right? And it goes ding, ding, brr, 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 ding, ding. I'm like, what is happening? I check my phone. I don't know. You know, to this day, I haven't figured out how people realize this. I never even asked my buddies. Everybody's calling and texting me, yo, Drake follows you, Drake follows you, Drake follows you, Drake follows you, like all this. I don't know how anybody realized that.
What the?
I don't know. Maybe it hit a tabloid. You know that they have like, you know, like TMZ or whatever. They like look at
But it must
celebrities.
have been like the day before for them to all like. You think it happened that fast? He followed and they made a tabloid.
I think there's like, yeah, I think I'm making this up, but I think there's like TMZ and stuff like, or what tabloids that have a program that like watches people's accounts like that, high profile people, to see when they follow a new person.
That makes sense.
So I think that happened. Drake followed me. The program picked it up and they put like this news alert, like whatever, like news articles, like whatever. And all these people like online seen it and start hitting me up like crazy. And I'm like, what the heck? Drake follows me? I'm like, I'm nobody, bro. Like, well, I don't even know what's happening right now. I open up my phone and I put Champagne Poppy and it goes follow back. And I go, he does follow me.
Did you message him?
Yeah. So, okay. So I followed him back.
Yeah.
And I hit him up first and I just said, I forget, I got it. I forget what I said. I don't know. I was just like, hey bro, like how you doing? Something like that.
Right.
And something that was really cool was he started sending me voice memos right away instead of text. Well, the very first message he ever sent me said, we should go to Vegas, bro. We'll clean up. It was his very first correspondence.
He's such a gambler, dude.
Yeah, his first correspondence ever. And I was like, yeah, for sure, bro. Like, yeah, you know, I'm like, bro, you're Drake. I don't know what.
That's sick.
You know, yeah, I'm just like some kid, like 10K followers. I had Instagram for like 3 months or something. Like, I don't know what's happening. And
how do you think he found out about you?
I don't know.
That dude's so in, dude. What?
Yeah, I did start going viral almost immediately when I made social media. But like, even that is like, so like, there's so many layers he would have to go through before thinking, yeah, this is him. Like Mikki's him. That's
It's almost like
Neutron,
someone
you know?
else had to. Someone else had to be like, yo, this guy.
It might have been somebody that might have actually known me in my life. I really never asked, right?
Yeah.
Somebody who might have actually known me might have put Drake on, or maybe Drake seen a video of me that was going viral and just said something about it, and by pure chance, somebody in the room who knew me was like, "Yeah, that's him, Neutron," you know?
Yeah. So did you guys go gamble in Vegas then?
I don't want to speak on any like too many details.
Right.
I think that he doesn't appreciate like people like speaking on him so much. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, I think a lot of people like, you know, like people like cling on and stuff like that.
Of course. But you've obviously interacted with him.
Yeah, for sure.
From what I've heard about him, like I've heard from Aiden and different people like in the sort of space, is he just super like chill? Like he's super cool.
To this day, when someone asks me that, I have to say like he's the most, I want to say like regular. I want to say like regular almost, but it's not the right word.
Yeah.
Like chill. Like I'll tell you this.
Like
bro.
he's not what you think he could be because of his stature, right?
Zero chance, bro.
Right.
He's the most normal human being I've like spoken to, like even more than some of my own friends, right?
I get it.
Bro, he sent me a message one time and he was like this. So it's an audio message, right? So now we go to texting and he's texting me, same deal, like audio messages. You know, he's playing online gambling, sending me photos. He's like, you know, asking me advice every night. He's like laying in bed, sending me photos of his TV where he's gambling,
this.
you know?
Yeah.
And so all night he's like sending me pictures of him laying in bed gambling on his big TV on the wall.
He wasn't sending you the other videos. So. No, I had to troll. Sorry. Obviously not. He sent that to someone else. I don't know how that got out there, whatever.
Yeah.
It's all good.
Yeah. But I remember like, you know, he's like, what do I do here? What do I do? And I'd give him advice like through the phone like that. And he sends me an audio message one time and he goes, I swear it was like this. It was like, this is how it starts. He goes, hey bro, I don't want to be rude. I swear to God. He's like, I don't want to be rude. But is it okay if I ask you a question? And I'm sorry if it's rude. I'm just new to this. I'm not I'm not like a gambler like you, and I don't know if this is incorrect. I don't want to be inappropriate. I just want to ask a question. Please don't take offense to it. And the whole time I'm thinking like, bro, ask me the question.
Yo, what are you about to ask me, bro?
I'm like, you're Drake. Just hit it. Just drop it, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And he asked me like the most mundane question about gambling. It was like it's so simple. It was like, I don't know, like a regular question. And then he wraps up the audio message again saying, I'm really sorry. I hope I wasn't crossing any lines. Am I being rude? And I just hit him back. I'm like, homie.
Yeah.
You're good, man. Ask me anything, And he was just like the nicest guy, like regular. Yeah.
So what else did that turn into? Did that turn into other sort of celebrities or other sort of contacts?
So again, like I never really asked. Now, mind you, I'm like at this point in my life, I'm a normal guy. I was anti-social media my whole life. Like
at this point though, did you already have a lot of money?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were chilling.
I was super chilling.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was big chilling. And so I never really asked. I'm a little bit starstruck because like all the biggest stars in the world are hitting me up and like hanging out with me, like all this. So I'm like nervous how to even like interact, sort of, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so I've never actually asked how all this chain of events has happened. But right after I got put on with Drake, the next one that I remember was Lil Baby. And Lil Baby has me come out to Vegas, go on stage while he's performing at his residency. And the back of the stage of this venue was like kind of like its own party, like of whoever he invited.
Yeah.
And I'm there with like, I think 2 of my buddies or something. And so we're on stage. As soon as the show is done, he like literally turns, like we're side stage right now, like still like crowd is active. And he just goes, so what's the move? And I'm like, bro.
Like as he's performing?
Yeah, like
That's
bro,
funny.
he does the last song now. I'm still new to this. I'm new to being on stage at this point in my life. You know what I'm saying? So I don't really know what's going on.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to be there.
Yeah, of course.
And he's performing, he like turns, hands the mic to someone, and as he's doing that, steps to me and he goes, what's the move?
Where are we going?
Yeah. And I'm like, what do you want? And he goes, you want to party? And I go, I like to party. And he goes, you got a spot? And I go, yeah, my homie's got a villa over at whatever building. He goes, can I bring girls? And I go, yeah. And he goes like this. So I don't know who the dude was, maybe his manager. He looks at him and he goes, the girls, bring all of them. And then we just start walking. Swear, bro. I swear, bro. So he starts walking and I'm just trailing him. I think I had 2 friends, maybe a third, I can't remember. And they're following me. And we go out through like the kitchen and all this, like the yeah. And we go out and we're in this like private parking lot and it's just like a grip of black SUVs. Mm-hmm. And then all of a sudden, all these girls, I don't even know how many girls, just start coming out this back door to this parking level. And it was a really cool moment. And I seen a couple of clips that people took on their phones. He just stopped, right? And he goes, hey, Mikki. And I go, yeah? And we just start talking like 2 normal people. Like, how you doing? Where are you from? How does this work? How does that work? And we just start talking. I don't know how many people.
While the girls were getting in the SUVs?
Everybody just stopped. They're like following him basically. You know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
So when he stops, the whole crowd stops and they're like 10 feet behind, including his little posse. Everybody basically circled us. So it's like almost like in a movie when there's like a school fight at high school and it's like a huge circle crowd in the middle is 2 people fighting. It was like that, but it was just me and him talking. And to him, it was like none of those people existed. He just wanted to know about me, how I was doing, how I was feeling, what I like in life, what I don't like, stuff like that. We just start talking.
When did you guys go gamble?
So then we load up the SUVs.
I mean, I want to ask about the party, but it's the details. You can't really share that.
We load up the SUVs. Some partying begins, and all of a sudden I don't see him. He's like gone, but all his people are present, right? Like it's just him, not there. And so I call him, and I'm like, "Hey, bro, you good? Like you're not."
I mean, we know where he's at.
Yeah, I'm like, your security's here. Like, where are you? And he goes, I couldn't help it, man. I hit the tables. I was like, are you serious?
So he dipped and started gambling.
Yeah, I swear, bro. And I swear to God. And I'm like, you what? And he goes, yeah, I'm at the table right now. And I'm like, what table? And he told me, I go, I'll be right there. I book it. Boom, I come. I have a cameraman there. He films the whole thing. And I walk up to him and he's sitting at like a normal table that's filled with normal people. And he's just him, just Lil Baby by himself.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
no guards?
nah, it's just him.
Oh, that's dope.
Yeah, but this is the thing about him. So he and I have gambled a bunch together. Something about him is he'll just move. He's just there. He's active. He's just moving. If he wants to play somewhere, he just sits down. He's just active, right? Which I thought was cool, but also a little alarming. Like he's walking through with crazy jewelry and crazy cash sometimes. He
didn't have guard. He got to have
There
guards.
were guards, but I'm telling you, I watched. Me and him been around each other a lot. Sometimes he'll just get up and move and groove. No like assemble team. He'll just like start moving.
Yeah.
And
assemble team. It's hilarious.
Yeah, and at this particular time, that was his movie. He was just playing with regular strangers, right?
Yeah.
I walk up, I'm like, yo, like, what's happening? Like, you win and losing? He goes, oh, I'm losing X amount. And I go, okay. I was like, let me help you, bro. Like,
What are these guys gambling with normally? If you could say. In a range,
so it's always different. So this is a problem I learned immediately. A lot of them don't understand that they have options that a lot of people don't.
Because of the bankroll.
Right.
Yeah.
And they don't know that. Because they don't know that, the casino by default will always set it in casino's favor.
So well, explain that. How can you set?
So for example, when you have $1 million line of credit or front money, you will get, depending on the game, a really big betting limit, like 75,000 a hand, right?
Yeah.
If you don't know to ask for that negotiation,
But these are at private tables.
I mean, technically it applies to public tables too, but like when we have those kind of money in play, we big gamblers prefer not to be in the mix. We like to have our own thing.
Yeah.
But in theory, yeah, you could hop to a public table and still get those limits, but you have to pre-negotiate it. So people don't know that bro, the things you can negotiate with a casino to help you win are ungodly.
Okay, I didn't even know you could do any of this.
So that's exactly right, right? So you show up, you got money on the books, right? You got money in your account or whatever it is, you're buying, credit line, whatever. You don't know how many things you can negotiate to help you. You don't know that. And they're not going to tell you that because they know it's not in their favor, the casino.
Okay.
So for example, Dana White and Drake, they know these things. So they have the negotiation set in their best favor. There was a time where they didn't know that, I'm sure. Just like when I sat down with Lil Baby that first time, he didn't know that he can do some of these things. So he's capped at 20K a hand. And I'm like, bro, you got, you know what? Don't quote me on this, but it's like, bro, you got $1 million on the books. You can bet 75K and you're stuck at 20. You can lose
Per one hand.
Yeah, per one hand.
Yeah.
I'm like, you can lose all your money 20K at a hand, but you can't win all the money 20K at a hand. But you can win a lot of money 75K at a hand.
So, okay, help me understand this.
Yeah.
Because I get it. Obviously, I understand you have a bigger bankroll. You could play longer. You mean like...
Well, I actually like to play shorter. I like to play bigger,
This is what I don't get, though. I don't understand how... If I'm betting now 75,000 a hand, I can just lose 75,000 a hand, though.
Sure.
So how is there a benefit?
Well, then you still have another $1 million. You still have,
of course,
$925,000 to win 75K back, right? Which is one benefit. The next is, let's say you pick a number that you want to win, but which is the right way to gamble. You shouldn't just go in there like, I'm just gonna have a good time. I'm just gonna gamble, whatever. When I feel like I'm done, I'm done. That's how people lose everything.
Yeah.
So if you're taking it serious and your goal is to win, you need to have a stop loss and a stop win, right? You have to pick, when I'm losing, when do I stop for the moment? When do I stop for the session? And when I'm winning, when do I call it a dub? When do I go home?
Yeah.
So you go in there, let's say your number is 150,000. You want to make 150K today. You're allowed to bet 75K a hand. All you got to do is win two hands. You could be in that casino for 30 seconds, make 150,000 and leave. If your number is 150K and you're only allowed to bet 20K a hand, that's how the casino's edge picks up.
I kind of understand that now. It's making more sense.
The longer you play, the bigger the house edge becomes.
In every circumstance.
In every circumstance, especially because now you're fighting. In the beginning, it's like luck. It's like 50-50. Like a baccarat hand's like 50-50 basically, right? All you gotta do is win two hands. Like 50, basically you're looking at 50-50. You win the two hands, you made 150K, go home. If you have to actually keep playing and playing and playing, their edge will catch on. The luck, let's say it is luck, the luck runs out.
So, God, because that's the hardest thing when I think about gambling. I'm like, the chances of, like, I always play because I play smaller and I could play bigger. Yeah. And then I don't because I'm just like, well, if I play bigger, I can just lose more money faster.
But you could also win.
Yeah. And that's what Steve does now that I notice it. That's what he does.
Yeah.
So there's an advantage to playing the bigger hands. Obviously, if you have a bigger bankroll, but more importantly, it sounds like for people who gamble, and this is where it gets really tricky and why people lose so much money is they don't have those limits.
Yeah.
They don't go, yo, if I lose this much, I have to leave no matter what.
Not only do most people not do that, they also don't bring a partner that's going to hold you accountable to that. So I had a rule in every casino in Vegas, and this is not like for sure, but I'm pretty sure I'm the only one in Vegas history that had this rule. There was one guy, I'm not going to say his name, who always sat with me at every table. He was allowed to spend my money as if it was mine. He can place a bet for me. He can pull from my markers. He can pay my commissions. He can take the chips off the table and put it in his pocket. And that's what he did. So
you have to set that up prior with the casino. Hey, it's okay.
Yeah. Okay. Exactly. And all the casinos agreed to let me do that with him, right? So what I would do is I would me and him would discuss it. What is the stop loss? What is the stop win? So he would know my number. So he's counting my chips while I'm focused on the game. Because imagine every hand I play, I have to like recount the chips and do more like this math here is a distraction. To add a layer of math that really is like irrelevant to what I'm trying to do, which is win.
Yeah.
All it does is take me further away from what I'm trying to do.
Okay, so let's talk about that concept. The winning, right? Because you're focused on the cards that are at play, the cards that you're assuming. Because obviously counting cards is illegal.
Not
right?
illegal.
It's not illegal.
It's not a crime.
It's not a crime.
It's frowned upon. It's against casino policy. It is not a crime.
Okay.